Hi everybody, so this is the final part of the Aurora commentary series. This is the vision scene, pas de deux, and coda. I've already done the variation by itself, which I'll link in a card for you guys if you're interested, but let's go through the dream scene. So the difference with this one now is, and that makes Aurora an interesting character, is that you have to show, young, sort of innocence and happiness in the first act, sort of dreamlike Giselle quality in Act 2, and then obviously the royal regalness in Act 3. So that's the point of this one now, is you're trying to be completely fluid, no harsh movements. And right here, you're trying not to knock the lilac fairy over. It can be easy to do if you're not careful, so you want to prevent from toppling her over. Partner here is again Tyler Angle, and lilac fairy is Caroline Fry. So then you repeat this side. This is my better penché side. Trying to touch her with 2 fingers, 3 fingers maybe, and not fall over. Yeah, that was a better penché. And Tyler runs to the other side. It's always funny in ballet. The man is always going, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Have you ever noticed that? Many ballets. Where'd she go? Right there. Anyway, so this little section here is just all about enticing him and alluring him. You know, he's unhappy, and the lilac fairy comes to save him and says, look, I've got a treat for you. And so that's the whole point of this scene, is Aurora is just a vision to him. Obviously you're still sleeping, hence the costume change, but you're trying to be alluring and enticing and show him, look, you don't have to be miserable, I'm right here waiting for you. This promenade, this is super tricky because you're in an open line and you're turning in the onde, or you're not turning on the dawn like normal promenades. So a lot can go wrong there, which that was kind of a save because that was not great there. Here, this to me is a Swan Lake moment, which is so hard. That's the tricky thing about this vision scene, is you don't want it to look like Swan Lake. So you have to be very careful of flapping. I mean, because look at the core. They look like, they could pass for swans. You're in white tutu. You're in the forest. So you have to be super careful not to flap a lot, too much in this act. So this is always tricky, running through the girls with a wide load tutu. Wide load coming through, excuse me. That's what you feel like. But this was one of my favorite parts of the whole ballet, because, I was always very much the adagio dancer. Your hard things are over. The rose is over. The hard solo is over. And this act is just really, really pretty. So this was probably, other than the wedding pas de deux, this pas de deux is one of my favorites, because you just get to kind of run around and say, follow me, and, look pretty. Ooh, nice arabesque there, Tyler. You do a lot of running in this act. You feel like you run about 3 miles. You just keep running around the circle. Ooh, we were together on that arabesque. That's nice. Good to know. This part coming up, I love. This, again, another kind of Swan Lake moment. Attitude. It's tricky also, because if you get on your supporting side, get the leg up, and then rond de jambe to penché. And then back into, turn out, hello. And then pirouette, whoops, a little off the leg there, that's all right. And then right here in New York City Ballet's version, this is still the guessing performance. We do a bit of mime just to say, I think he says something to the lilac fairy like, I love her, and I say I love him too, something like that. But here we were on a gig, so we were like, yeah, let's chuck the mime and do a press lift. Why not? And actually, this is the scene that changes the most version to version. Royal Ballet, ABT, New York City Ballet. Birthday act is pretty much the same. Wedding pas de deux is pretty much the same. This is the scene that changes the most. I've seen so many different versions. Ooh, yeah, balance there, girl. That was good. Yeah, this is the scene that I've never seen the same twice. Whoops. Ooh, that was rather interesting there. That was really bad. Go back and rewind that. That was an interesting penché. So the core dance is now, and we're going to skip to the coda, and I will link the variation for you guys. Again, I already commentated on that, so we're just going to skip right to the coda. So this is an interesting set of turns here. It's like fouettes, but not really. So you hop around an arabesque, fouette, on et on. hop around an arabesque, pull it into a fouette, on it on. Key to this is bring your left side. Ooh, different arm there. That was interesting. Forgot I did that. Chaîné. Little arabesque. Running around. Another pirouette to penché. Let's see if this one is any better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then you saute and run off. And he goes, where'd she go? Where'd she go? I'm telling you, every ballet, the guy goes, where'd she go? So anyway, that is the end of the Sleeping Beauty series. There's no more that I dance in Sleeping Beauty that I have not showed you. We will hit Swan Lake. We'll try and get Nutcracker. I'll try and do every video I have because I know you guys enjoy these and I enjoy them too. If you missed my video on how to deal with corrections and criticism, it's right there. You can click it to watch. Love you all so, so much, and I'll see you on Friday.